Hello, this is Greg French. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Figet Dual Spinner. We're going to create one of these in Solidworks. These are getting very popular at school, and the kids are enjoying making them in Solidworks, and then we're 3D printing them. So I'm just going to give you a quick lesson using Solidworks to create one of these. So let's get started. First, we're going to start up Solidworks. We're going to create a new part, and then we're going to be in Sketch here, and we're just going to select our rectangle. It's going to be a center rectangle. We're going to start right in the middle. We'll draw our rectangle, and it's going to be 78 wide and 30 on the width or the height there. Then we'll go ahead and we'll select features and turn this into a solid by clicking on features and then extrude boss base, and that turns it into a solid. We're going to create a solid only 7 millimeters thick, and that's going to be the dimension of the depth of that. It's a 608 skateboard bearing, which is 22 millimeters in diameter and about 7 millimeters thick. And there's a center hole of only 8 millimeters. But the next thing we need to do is draw that circle in the center here. So we're going to turn this normal to us, click on this front surface, and it turns blue. Then we're going to do a circle in our sketch here. Start right in the center again and bring it out to a diameter of 22.2. Now the reason I make it a little bit larger, this 0.2, is when we're 3D printing, the plastic extrudes and it spreads out just a little bit. So it spreads out about 0.1 on either side, so you end up with about 0.2. And by allowing for that little bit of oozing or spreading of the plastic, it's not going to be very difficult to get our 22 millimeter bearing in that hole. Otherwise, if we make it right at 22, we've got too much oozing of that plastic, and this hole gets a little bit smaller than 22, which makes it almost impossible to get that bearing in there without quite a bit of force or sanding or shaving off some of the plastic. So to make it easier, just make that about 0.2 larger. Then we're going to go ahead and with our features, we're going to do an extruded cut this time and cut that hole. So features, extruded cut, and we get that hole. Now we're going to use this hole to add 2 more holes just using our linear pattern. So we're going to use the linear pattern. We're going to have an edge here. The edge can be the top edge or the bottom edge. We'll select the top edge. And then we're going to add 2 more of the same circles. The circles are also going to be 22.2. We're going to have a spacing of about 25 millimeters, which will give us a couple of millimeters in between these, which gives us enough plastic that we need to separate these so this thing doesn't fall apart when we print it. So we're going to add two more circles. We're going to say OK on this pattern, this linear pattern. And we cut those holes by, again, just clicking on that OK. The holes are cut for us. Next is we're going to have to remove some of the material here between the circles on these edges here, because we just have too much material. So we're going to draw a circle using Sketch again, a small circle. The circle is going to be about 10 millimeters. Kind of estimated that at the beginning, but 10 seems to work pretty good. Still seems to leave us enough plastic between that circle and our large 22 millimeter circles. And then we try to place it right in the center between the two. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out by, again, selecting features and extruded cut. That cuts it out. And then we're going to use this linear pattern again to add the other 3. So selecting linear pattern and then selecting this edge again on the top, we get another circle drawn. So we got 2 circles. Now we're going to go ahead and click on OK here, and we get that cut away. But now we're going to use the mirror feature, and we're going to look for something that falls right here between the 2. And I think our top plane will become our reference point for mirroring these 2 cuts to the other side. So I'm going to advance here. Okay, that top plane seems to cut right through the middle. And then we just select our cuts that we did last time. And now we've got 2 more drawings on the other side. And if we go ahead and click OK on that, we cut that away. So now we got the holes cut. Now what we need to do is clean up some of these edges to kind of round this thing out. I'm going to go ahead and fillet these corners with a 15 radius, 15 millimeter. And since this is 30, the 15 and 15 work pretty well. So we're just going to radius fillet these outer corners with a 15. And we'll say OK on that. It'll clean that up. Now we still have some sharp edges on these smaller circles that we need to fillet. So we'll add a fillet there. This fillet looks like it's going to be 12 millimeters. And you can always experiment on these fillets to try to get something that's pretty round and pretty regular shaped. So go ahead and select OK on the fillet on this, clean that up. And we have pretty much what's going to be our spinner. We still have to round some of these sharp edges here on this flat surface. So again, we're going to use a fillet for that. Now this is only 7 millimeters thick, so we're going to put a 3.5 millimeter fillet on the top and on the bottom so that we get it rounded off on both sides. And now we've got it pretty much done. We've got a rounded edge on the top and the bottom, and that's pretty much our spinner. All we need to do now is just add some bearings. Makes it look like this. We add a center bearing. This looks like it might be a yellow jacket bearing, something that's going to be pretty high precision to make this thing spin fairly easily. And then I put my lesser expensive bearings on the outside. But that's pretty much it for creating a Figet Dual Spinner in Solidworks. Hope you got something out of this and hope you can use this to create your own spinners. We're creating quite a few in our class, so hope you can too. Thanks for watching. That's it for now. Next up, we'll create just a single spinner using probably a triangle. But thanks for watching. See you next time.